Hello, how are you doing? Today is Monday, April 22nd, which means Happy Earth Day. And my conviction is that Christians ought to be on the forefront of Earth Day celebrations and conservation. Creation stewardship was given to us in Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. And so we should be about that. It's one of our calls. The reading for today is from the book of Hosea. Hosea is a very interesting book to read all the way through, not just the highlights reading, because God uses a prophet in his own life and the choices that he instructs him to make to illustrate his call for repentance and to call people back to him. Now, one could argue about God using someone and messing up his life that way, but I think the key thing out of this passage for me, out of this whole book for me, is that I very often forget how much pain and how much hurt I and we cause God when we deliberately choose away from him, when we pay no attention to the direction he wants us to go, when his Spirit calls us and we ignore it. It might be a repentance, it might be an action, it might be something to do for the good of someone else, but we go about our own self-centered ways. And really that's a key part of this, because we humans are self-centered. So we focus on our own sorrows, our own pains, our own fears, our own hurts. And we forget what we do to cause others the same. Now, when we do it to people, sometimes we get really interested in it. Soap operas, or follow someone's drama on Facebook, or, oh my goodness, the society columns and gossip columns, newspapers, or even the reality shows. And then there's just sitting across the table with a friend who's gone through a breakup and their love relationship is in disaster. Those are all things we get really, really interested in. But God's sorrow, God's concern, we don't think about that much. We don't get caught up in it. Now, some theologians will tell us that to assign human emotions to God is not right. But I would take it this way. Since we are clearly told we are created in the image of God, then those things that we feel come partially from who God is, as well as our own humanness. And so this book, which reminds me of when I disobey, when I walk away, when I turn away, how much pain and sorrow, frustration, rejection it causes God, I am grateful to read this every once in a while so that I don't forget as much. Perhaps this somber reading would be of value to you as well. Check out the whole book of Hosea. By the way, if you were on the crop walk with us, hooray, hooray. It was a great day. 83 people from Pathway walked, had over 180 walkers. We'll see how much money we raised. Have a great rest of the week.